5 minutes ago, your house was a miracle of modern engineering. Now it's a tent with drywall. The lights went out, the furnace stopped, and the grid just went dark. Your phone was supposed to explain all of this, but the battery is at 15% and about to become a very expensive paperweight. Outside, the temperature is dropping. Inside, nothing is happening yet. That's the dangerous part.
Cold doesn't announce itself. It waits until you're relaxed. By morning, this place will feel less like a home and more like a storage unit with furniture. Pipes don't care how much your house costs. Hypothermia doesn't care how tough you think you are. Every winter, perfectly capable adults remove themselves from the gene pool by trying to wing it. We're not doing that. We're surviving this blackout with boring decisions, ugly solutions, and disrespect for interior design. What I'm about to walk you through isn't a checklist, it's a countdown, and every step you skip becomes a problem that shows up later when fixing it is harder. Step 1, pick your survival room. Your house is optimized for comfort with electricity. Without it, it leaks heat constantly. Trying to warm the whole place is like trying to heat a hot tub with a candle. Romantic idea, stupid outcome. So you're picking one room, one small defensible space where you'll make your stand. Not the living room with its high ceilings and wall of windows, not the master bedroom with its 3 exterior walls. You're looking for the smallest, most interior room in the house. Walk through your home and mentally cross off every room that's trying to impress anyone. Bathrooms are ideal, especially if they're windowless and tucked in the middle of the floor plan, away from any exterior wall. Closets work if they're big enough to sit in without losing your mind, which you're about to test. That small, spare bedroom you stick grandma in when she comes to visit, the one with only one window and walls you never bothered to decorate, that's your winner. If it makes you sad, you chose correctly. Small rooms trap heat, large rooms eat it. Now evaluate the room like you're trying to find every way it's failing you, because it is. Start with the window and put your hand near the glass. You'll feel the cold pouring through. Single-pane windows might as well be holes in the wall wrapped in plastic. Move to the door, crouch down and look at the gap at the bottom. That's where your heat is escaping right now. Touch the exterior walls. They're cold because there's nothing between you and the frozen wasteland outside except some insulation and drywall. Interior walls feel warmer because they're buffered by other rooms. They're losing heat slower. This room is leaking heat from every surface. Now we plug the leaks. Now make it worse in a good way. Block every gap. Stuff towels under doors, not decorative towels, bath or beach towels. Roll them tight and wedge them into the gap at the bottom of the door until there's no light coming through. If you can see light, you'll lose heat. Get down on the floor and check your work. If cold air is still coming through, add another towel. You're building a dam against the cold, and every gap is a breach. Tape garbage bags over the windows. Start at the top and work down. Overlap the edges and seal every gap. Use duct tape, packing tape, masking tape, whatever sticks and doesn't fall off when you press it. You're creating a vapor barrier between the glass and the room, a layer of trapped air that slows heat loss. It looks like you're prepping a crime scene. You're not. You're stopping convection and probably violating your lease. If you have bubble wrap, even better. Tape that to the windows first, then the garbage bags over it. The air pockets in bubble wrap are insulation, cheap, effective, ugly. You're building a wall of trapped air between you and the cold. If you have extra blankets, hang them on the walls too, especially exterior walls. Anything between you and the outside world slows the heat loss.
It'll look like a condemned building met a doomsday prepper. Your landlord would be horrified, but you'll be warm. You're not making it airtight, you're slowing the leak. Cold moves like debt, slowly at first, then all at once. Step 2. Accept that you are the heating system. Your body runs at about 98 degrees, and right now it's the only heat source that doesn't need fuel or wiring. Heat leaves through skin, breath, and that exposed ankle you forgot about. The cold pulls a little at a time until staying warm takes effort. So you layer, not fashion layers, but survival layers. Thin beats thick, loose beats tight, and dry beats everything. Trapped air does the work. Wet fabric ruins it fast. Sweat is your enemy now, which is ironic since you're trying not to freeze. Start with a base layer tight against your skin, long underwear or a thermal shirt, something that wicks moisture. Add a middle layer over that, fleece, hoodie, wool sweater, anything that traps air. Then an outer layer, jacket, blanket, sleeping bag, whatever creates the final barrier. Hat on your head because you're losing heat through your skull faster than anywhere else. Gloves on your hands, 2 pairs of socks on your feet. You look like you're about to rob a gas station in the Arctic. Perfect. Wool if you have it, cotton if you want to learn the hard way and find out why hikers say cotton kills. Cotton turns into a cold, wet blanket that clings to your skin and sucks the warmth straight out of your core while you sit there wondering why you're still freezing. Sit on insulation because cold floors steal heat faster than air ever will. Cardboard, yoga mats, that laundry pile you've been avoiding, stack it all up. The floor is a heat vampire. Remember when you threw out half your stuff because some book told you clutter was bad for your soul? Your soul's about to get real cold without it. Step 3. Eliminate ideas that don't end well. No, you cannot use your gas oven for heat. No, a charcoal grill is not basically the same thing. No, the generator does not belong in the garage or near a structure you plan to wake up inside. Exhaust fumes don't care about your logic. They care about filling enclosed spaces with poison. Carbon monoxide is polite, quiet, and makes sure your last thought on this earth is, "Wow, I'm really tired." It doesn't smell, you can't see it, and by the time you feel drowsy, your brain is already shutting down. You'll think you're just tired from the stress. Maybe you'll lie down for a minute, and that's when it wins. Carbon monoxide doesn't give you a chance to realize you made a mistake. Every winter, emergency rooms fill with people who thought they were clever. You're not clever, you're alive. Anything that burns fuel indoors must be built for it and ventilated properly. If it's not designed for enclosed spaces, it stays outside or stays off. Cold is dangerous. Poison is faster. Step 4. Add heat. Now we add heat carefully so nobody has to explain anything to a paramedic later. First option, other humans. Body heat stacks. Pets count. If you hated your cat sleeping on your face before, you're going to love it now. Pile together under every blanket you own. Sleeping bags on top. Create a cocoon of trapped body heat. Get close. Share space. This isn't about personal boundaries anymore. It's about staying warm enough to argue about personal boundaries tomorrow. It looks ridiculous and works better than expected.
Second option, indoor rated heaters if you planned ahead. These are precision tools. Run them briefly, then shut them down. This isn't set it and forget it. This is babysit it or regret it. Crack a window slightly even though it feels wrong. Never sleep with them on. Respect the limits or they will remind you why warning labels exist. Third option, candles. Carefully. Candles are nudges, not heaters. In a small sealed room, a few flames can raise the temperature slightly. Secure holders only and never leave them unattended. A fire during a blackout is not a setback. It ends the plan. Step 5. Stop the house from betraying you. When heat disappears, your plumbing starts a countdown. Water freezes, expands, and destroys pipes. Drip faucets lightly to keep water moving. Wrap exposed pipes with towels or clothes. Your guest towels finally have a purpose beyond looking decorative. This buys time, nothing more. Do nothing, and the house decides for you. The house picks expensive and permanent. Water comes next. Running water feels permanent until it isn't. Pressure systems fail suddenly with no warning. Your water heater is a 30-gallon tank of drinkable water waiting to help. Shut it off, let it cool, and drain it slowly if needed. Fill containers, sinks, pots, buckets, or anything that won't leak water. Fill everything before you think you need to, because once the pressure drops, the taps run dry and you're stuck with whatever you managed to collect. That bathtub you spent $2,000 remodeling a few years ago, it's a water tank now. Fill it. Pressure systems don't wait for readiness. Drink water often because dehydration makes you colder and slower. Step 6. Forget every diet you've ever been on. Cold burns calories constantly. Your fridge and freezer are warming by the minute. Keep the doors shut. Every time you open that fridge door, you're letting cold air escape and warm air rush in, and you don't have the power to fix that anymore. Plan what you need before you open it, grab it fast, close it immediately. Eat perishables first, then frozen food.
If it's freezing outside, nature just gave you another freezer. Store food sealed tight outside, unless you're fine with raccoons eating your protein bars while you're rationing crackers in a closet. Then you move to the pantry. Canned food, peanut butter, tuna, anything that doesn't need refrigeration. Your body is burning through calories just to keep your organs from shutting down. Eat the peanut butter straight from the jar, and don't pretend like you weren't doing that before anyway. This is fuel, not preference. Cooking happens outside or with indoor safe equipment and ventilation. Step 7. Manage the dark. Darkness creates accidents, and accidents create emergencies. Use low-energy light when sitting and bright light only when moving. Headlamps beat flashlights. Candles work if you respect fire. Communication matters. Radios outlast phones. Crank radios don't care about batteries. Information keeps you ahead. The difference between bundle up for the night and we're doing this for 3 days is everything. Know which one you're in. Check on neighbors, especially the ones who move slowly. Survival improves when it isn't solo. When the grid wakes up, it will feel anticlimactic. A click, a hum, heat returning like nothing happened. If you did this right, nothing dramatic happened. No panic, no poisoning, no burst pipes, just a cold night handled correctly. You didn't need a bunker, you needed a plan, some towels, and the willingness to look ridiculous in your own house.
If this helped, remember it and pass it on. The next blackout won't care who watched twice.